Welcome back. Welcome back. 4 consecutive weeks. 4 consecutive weeks. On the Blog Podcast is the most consistent show in Winnipeg, in Manitoba, can't go that far. Can't go that far. But today, I'm going to start this episode with a quick story. Okay, so guys, 2 days ago, someone called me and said, we only invite musicians to our show. And I was like, fuck you, fuck your mom, fuck everybody. I was vexed. And today, we have business owner, entrepreneur, beautiful, young, independent, dazzling, Uyi Esther. Thank you so much for coming. How you feeling, Uyi?
I'm fine. I'm doing good.
Welcome. How was your trip down here? Hope it was not.
It was alright.
It was cool.
Yeah, I now live downtown, so it wasn't that far.
It wasn't that far. Damn.
So how has it been, like, the whole move from up there to down
I mean, it's calm. Like I feel like I prefer downtown actually, because like more things.
God,
are-
now Jeffrey.
Like,
saying this.
Jeff-
like
Every-
Pembina area is just calm.
Bro, like
nothing really.
quiet.
Like where I live now, like opposite, there are like places around, and like I think last weekend, like my friends and I just walked to like a place. I think it was called Across the Board. It was just like,
Oh, crazy.
but like you would never see that like where I used to live. So I prefer downtown.
Uptown people are always saying that it's too shady, but I mean, bro, we've been trying to tell them for 4 years now. But I mean, it's good that someone has come into the light. I mean, the darkness, because downtown is still very creepy. But
you'll
be good. But welcome.
Thank
We
you.
officially welcome you to downtown. Do you know why we called you up here today? Do you have any idea?
Dum.
to talk about. I feel like it's to talk about like my business, how I started.
Well, what if we switch it up and tell you we got gist on you?
We got the dirt.
We got a call from TMZ and we're like, come, we gotta drop
Dirt
this.
or Uyi Esther.
No, but I'm joking. It's just really about your business. She was already looking at me like,
Bro,
okay.
I can swear her heart was racing.
It wasn't. It
Oh
really
yeah.
wasn't.
So you think
You
there's?
don't have any debt.
I don't have
any-
anything.
Ah,
have
okay. I love this
It's the
challenge.
fans I'll find is not us.
It's just the fans are fine. They will literally fine. I love this challenge. Like, so just introduce yourself. Just say something about you.
Well, my name is Esther. I'm Nigerian. I'm from Edo State.
Oh no,
I
Edu
study
girls.
psychology in U of M.
Oh man,
I'm almost done. I'm my third year.
cool.
Almost my fourth year. I'm a business owner. I started my business at the beginning of COVID when I didn't have anything to do, and my friends were literally like, "Oh, just start." So like my friends, my family, everyone, and then I started, and it's just been so good ever since.
Wow.
Everything has been going good. It's a work in progress.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
that's.
It looked good from the outside as well.
Thank you.
Like,
Thank
Nah,
you.
real shit.
so COVID is like, COVID. Everyone,
Yeah,
really,
like good and bad things happened during
Bro.
COVID.
Bro.
everyone really
I
started
said in
something.
last
Yeah.
episode, like, it was a very good thing for me, COVID. And now you're hearing it, other people too are saying
Yeah.
it, bro. Like, I feel like with COVID, it was up to you, man. Like,
Yeah, like other people would like sit back and do nothing. but
bro,
like,
you have all this time, man.
People like me,
you
I
can do
just
literally
gained weight.
anything.
Everybody.
I mean, everyone did.
Every single
Everyone.
Oh,
gained
thank you
weight.
for
Everyone-
making me feel
everyone
better.
did
Thank you.
everything.
When I started, I was like, oh, I'll be working out every day, bro. I did this shit for like a week. And I was like, what am I even doing it for? Like, I'm not going out, it's nothing. Like, there's really no need. But, when we now came out, everybody's looking all chunky and shit.
That was I don't. But yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the free time was what made all of us like just say, you know what, I need to start something.
Might as well utilize it.
So tell us about the business, like Chic Hair, right? That's it. Chic Hair,
Yeah.
the Chic Hair store on
Yeah.
IG. Tell us about like the inspiration, like what made you start it in the first place.
Like from the beginning, it was all about like providing, because random people used to talk about how maybe like meeting other like wig makers. It was all about like bringing your own hair and then bringing it to like a wig maker to help you make it into a wig. And like there were students coming to me and they were like, oh, like it's too pricey.
Yeah.
And no one is being like student friendly with their prices, everything. And then like my idea was to like introduce me as a person
Yeah.
who makes wigs, and then give it to like students at affordable pricing. And then when I started off, so I was like maybe 6 months into the entire process, and then I just randomly like looked to my friend. She's also my cousin. She was my roommate then, and I just randomly looked at her and I was like, oh, how about I start selling my own hair? And she was like, yeah, that's a good idea. Like post about it and see the people that are like
Yeah,
interested
interested.
in it. And then like I think a week after that, I started like making my inquiries, everything. And like years back, I always actually wanted to do it, but I didn't really think that at that point in my life I would
Yeah.
like want to actually start a business, because like my mentality back then, I didn't really think I was going to be like a business like minded person or anything.
Yeah.
So then I posted about it, and like the reaction was like the feedback I got from
Overwhelming.
people were amazing. My friends alone, everything. And like my friends, my family, they've always been like my biggest supporter until I started making my customers are now like my friends.
Yeah.
So it's just the entire process it's been tough, but at the same time it's like a process like worth enjoying.
Yeah,
And you know
worth
that
enjoying.
in the nearest future.
Yeah, I think it's the journey, right? I
Yeah.
think the journey is like the fact that you're going through it is
Yeah.
what you love about it. Before I even get deeper into the business and stuff, when did you come to Winnipeg?
When did I come to Winnipeg?
Damn, it's been that long.
Has it been that long?
Oh no, not
She
that
was
long. 4
thinking,
years
bro.
ago.
4 years
Okay.
ago. Okay, she
Yeah.
was just trying to do
I
the math.
wanted to say like maybe the year. So
Oh,
yeah, so like
okay,
4
okay,
years
okay.
ago.
4 years ago.
that's
So basically, this podcast is like about. I've said it so many times, so people who listen, they're probably tired of
They're
me saying it.
tired, bro.
But I'm not going to say it again because this is our
Nah,
show.
you have to keep saying it, keep reminding
I have to keep
them.
reminding people like we want to meet like
Link the bridges.
Winnipeg creatives and then people actually doing things
Yeah.
with their like I don't want to make it sound like other people are not doing anything with their life, but like people that are, taking that risk and that step forward
Yeah.
to chase their career or to be an artist or do something creative with their life. And then all the time when we have been in Winnipeg,
Yeah.
every time people are always saying is Winnipeg is too dead, you can't do anything.
Yeah.
So we created this show because we want to meet people who are doing something and then find out from you firsthand, like, okay, how did you start? And what's keeping you going, even though you're in the same dead
Yeah.
Winnipeg that everyone is saying.
That makes sense.
So just to tie it into a question, it's just like, okay, so even though you're in Winnipeg, how did you, would I say overcome? But how did you like even start, like even though you're in Winnipeg, because people keep saying there's no inspiration here, it's dead.
Yeah, they're actually it takes like there are many times that I've like given up and I'm like, no, like Winnipeg is killing, like it's killing my vibes, killing
Yeah.
everything. Like even like recently I still feel that way, but I just know that I just have to keep going
pushing,
and
yeah.
everything. So like definitely I like when I make like analysis, I'm like the reaction I would get if I was in like a different province is definitely like way better than
Way better, yeah.
here. But like at the end of the day, like I'm still like I see it as me trying to build myself
Yeah.
and know that later on, like there are many places I can end up
You
in.
could end
So
up
I might as well
getting to.
start from somewhere and then
You know how I see it, but Winnipeg is like the training part of it. It's like
yeah.
you start small and you learn how to handle your business. Because imagine you're in a place like Toronto, right? And you're getting like 200 customers a day. Like, would you be able to handle that? Especially
mean-
when it's your first time.
I mean, if you are getting like 200 orders a day as like a first timer, like you would know, like you have to think fast. You know that it's either you reach out to like your friends to help you.
Exactly,
Like if you are getting that much, you know that surely like you can even have like your own employee, like someone that are going to
Yeah.
train, bring up and everything. So it's like, but in Winnipeg, you probably not get that because like for how like everything is now programmed, no matter what, like most of your customers, for me, most of my customers are in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
And like I get like in Toronto, like Montreal, like Canada, I get in US also. But at the end of the day, like everything is
It's
still
still
going
majorly.
to be like back in Winnipeg. So the fact that the province that I'm in is not giving me the kind of reaction and everything that I want, it just keeps you in that
Yeah, inside that
and, like,
box.
yeah, so like every day you keep like praying, pushing hard, trying to get your business more
yeah.
out there so that you get.
But the most
type of
important thing is to
audience.
start, right? Because
Yes,
even though,
yeah,
because how do you even want to? Because I think what Jeffrey and I have spoken about before is like the competition in those bigger cities
Yeah.
is like, okay, you might even discourage you more to even start.
man.
Like if you want to start and you're just like, oh, like I'm not as good as the next person, but like in Winnipeg, you might be like, You might just start, and in a couple months, you can already be looked up as, okay,
Yeah,
you're
but
doing well.
like at the same, to me, like when most people are like, oh, like they want to start something, but they're like a million other people doing it. I'm like, it's inevitable.
Yes,
At the end
yes,
of like,
yes.
they are like, even as little as like the water we drink, there are like so many like water companies.
Yeah,
Esther
So
dropping bars, dropping
That's
bars.
a
Keep it
very
up,
good
keep it coming,
analogy.
keep it
so
coming.
there are like so many like water companies, and then if you decide that you don't want to start your own, like how would you know
Facts, bro.
how far you're going to go? So
Bars,
even
bars,
if I'm
bars.
in like, even if I was in like Toronto or anything, like I would still advise you start, and then
Sure.
Yeah.
you don't know
For
where you
sure.
can.
Exactly.
You really don't know.
The
You
most,
just have to
The
find
most
a
important
way.
thing is starting and like
Starting.
following through and
yeah.
doing all the
you
right
heard
things.
you heard it from Esther first. I think you were about to say something.
Yeah, you just have to find a way to differ, like
Ye-
to
Yeah.
stand out.
Yeah.
Like ours now, for example, there was a quote I saw that business is basically problem solving. Like just look for a problem and solve it.
Yeah.
And she's mentioned it that so many people didn't like the prices that the other
The
people
market
were
was
giving.
offering, yeah.
Exactly. And she brought something. She brought a solution.
Yeah.
So that makes you stand out from even the biggest people. Like the fact that yours is very affordable and you could probably be. Bro, things affordability is, I feel is like it holds a high value in the
Yeah.
market. Like forget how cheap it is, but imagine bringing multiple customers just cause it's that cheap. At the end of the day, when you accumulate your profits, it might be more than
Because,
what.
you see, like, let me just give Esther, like, let me just say to Esther, oh God, I forgot what I was about to say. But
Whoa, how?
it was literally here, but then I looked, I saw Mbappe, and I was like, God, I forgot. But basically, what I'm trying to say, I don't remember how I wanted to say, but what I'm trying to say is like, where will I say the word? I would say the word fans for a lack of better word, because we look at you and we're like, okay, yo, this is something good you've done. That's why we want you on our show. For real.
Yeah,
no
real.
wines.
Nah,
like,
actually,
it's for
actually.
real. That's why if your team was trash, we would not call you. Sorry about that. I'm telling you the truth. It's something that is one, let me just say, nasty behavior as a Winnipeg, where people say you're doing something good, but they don't want to tell you you're doing something good. We don't want to do that here. We're telling you straight up that we called you because we see that, okay, you're doing well and you're inspiring us to also do well, because when we see other people doing well, we're like, we want to do well as well. I mean, when you're starting or as you're going now, did you really get anything? I don't know if you understand the question, but did you get anything for free? Like in terms of like helping out, or like what I mean is like, how hard was it? How hard did you say you
Yeah,
had to
people
work?
supporting
Did you really have a lot of
giving those
support,
boosts.
or
You know.
Yeah, that's what, like, it all like for me, like what I've learned in life is that if you decide to do something, it can either go bad or good. So like when I started, first of all, my friends, my mom, my auntie here, she was like my biggest, all of them were like my biggest supporters. They were the ones that actually, you know, I feel like they saw maybe the potential that I had that I didn't see in
Yeah.
myself, and then they saw it. And then when I started, I was like, oh, let me, they're saying start. So let me just start.
yeah.
And then I started. And so I was like, okay, now it's time for, I've started the business. Now it's time for everyone to come and support
Yeah.
me.
Yes.
And then they really, like, the first, because when I started, I ordered, like, let's say, first batches of, like, wigs, hair, and everything. And they literally, like, soap, like, they bought everything
Everything.
before I even had the chance to sell it to, like, the public and everything. And from that, they already, you know, motivated me. And then, like, obviously, people outside were not, they hadn't even, like, they did not get my product yet, so it made me, you know, get more, start
yeah.
selling everywhere. And from like the selling of hair, I gradually started selling like the wig products and everything. So like the support I've had from them is like what's like motivated me. Like most people are not really privileged to maybe have
Yeah.
the amount of support.
Support.
But at the same time, like it all depends on you. Like right now, like the stage I'm in as I've started is that even if I don't get maybe the amount of support that I expect to get, I still go on,
You still
because
go on,
I've
yeah.
reached that point where I know where I want to go to, so I know I have to work for it and
Yeah,
just
exactly.
keep going.
Like the reason why I asked is like because a lot of people their excuse. I mean, you hear so many different kinds of excuses. But like the excuse is like, oh, nobody's going to help me, no one
Yeah.
to support me. I feel like you have to start and give that initial ginger, right?
Like in any, like there's still, even if it's just that one person that just believes in you, like there's
Yeah,
still,
exactly.
And
it
to
might
be
take,
honest,
sometimes it might take you some people might take them like weeks, months.
man.
Yeah.
It can just be that one
Yes,
thing,
yes.
and then
Bro, like I feel like
be
more people will
honest,
join like as you
Yeah,
keep going. Like
You shouldn't even wait for anybody. Like you should be your biggest supporter. Because
True.
truth is, if you're just sitting there saying, "Oh, no one's supporting my business,"
that's just like excuses and
yes, man, and it doesn't look good. Because then outsiders be like, "Oh, no one is buying from her. Why should I buy from her?" You know, because in this business, you have to prove yourself.
Yes.
First. And the fact that your friends and your family they helped you, so that was like they literally helped you jump that hurdle.
Yeah.
So now it's like it's up to
It's
you.
up
Or
to
do I
me.
restock for the people outside that want? You get me? So it's really good having, like you said, it's really good to have that privilege of
That-
people supporting you and pushing you.
yeah, so tell us about you had like was it in correct me if I'm wrong, but sometime in like October last year you had like a product launch, right? I think was it October or September,
yeah.
something like that. She was like,
I think it was October 12. Was it 12?
Wow,
or
she
nine?
remembers
No,
the
it was
date.
9th, October
October
9th.
9th. Yeah, I don't know
I
the
actually
date.
forgot.
Well, like tell us about it, like how like
I mean, it was good. I planned for like weeks. I'd been planning. I don't know.
What was the aim of it? Like, what were you trying to?
It was like at first I know I wanted to launch new products here.
Okay.
But I can't really remember exactly what like pushed me to actually do like the launch party. I just know that I just told my friends that like I want to do a launch party, like is it a good idea? And they were like, oh yes. It's like good buzz like around
And
like
good
you
at
launch
telling your customers thank you for supporting.
yes,
you.
exactly. So like I planned it, and then I launched the product on that day, and I did like the entire launch party thing where you talk about your product.
Yeah.
People come, look around, shop, and everything.
Wow, that's great. It's all I'm saying. This is we're in the midst of an entrepreneur here, Jeffrey. Man, and it was I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right, but I'll still try. A for efforts. Anelia Events, right?
Oh, so my friend and I, Faith and I, we own
I know. We know. Yeah, we know that she owns something
we
else.
so the inspiration behind that was that my friend's birthday, which was I think last year June. Yeah, it was last year June. And then she was like talking to me about how she hasn't really found like that much like event planners to help her with everything. That if she's finding something, is it that like she meets them is ridiculously priced, and then it's not even like she
It's
looks
not
at
even
it and
worth
it's
it.
not worth it, or like no one was just available. And I was like, and because I like normally all my friends know me, like I love planning things. Like I can plan someone's life and then just give it to I just give it to like in a PDF. In a PDF. So
That's funny.
You can plan someone's life and keep it. No, you don't. That's our fun fact for you. Esther can plan someone's life and keep it in a PDF.
I
That
just
is
give
crazy.
it in a PDF for you. Do like a PowerPoint presentation for you. And then so like I planned, so like I helped her plan everything. Like she was already stressed. I planned everything for her, and then I just decorated the place. And then like everyone was like messaging, like when I decorated the place, people was like everyone, because we rented an Airbnb in Winnipeg here.
Okay.
So it was like a little getaway.
For the launch party still.
Oh no, this was like for her
something else.
birthday.
Oh, her birthday. Okay.
Yeah. So everyone was still asleep, and then everybody woke up and they were like,
Oh, you did it over. Whoa, that's crazy.
And they were
That's
like,
crazy.
like Esther. And then like they were like, I should post that people might message me,
man.
everything.
Yes.
And so like at the time, like Faith, my business partner, she wasn't around, but I know that it's something that she's like always like
interested in.
So I was like, so I was thinking, I don't think I might want to do this by myself. I already have, a major business.
For
I would
sure.
definitely. So
You
like
need
we
help.
spoke about it, and she was like, yeah, definitely. So like we're looking for names, everything. She was the one that came up with Analia Events.
What does it mean?
Analia. Okay.
I think it's in Spanish. I can't
Oh, wow.
remember.
Analia,
She
okay.
just said
That's
it sounded.
why-
It
that's
was
why-
like it sounds nice.
Yes.
That's why I
So
couldn't
it's like
pronounce it.
Spanish
on
so like we started it, and then like we've been like at the same, like Winnipeg is still like beating us down in a way.
But you
But
still
like
going.
we're still so like for me, like personally, I've been taking because when I launched my products in October, and then like my products now I got sold out in like let's say November, I think. And then I just decided to like take a break, and I was like, this is like an opportunity for me to like take a step back, like relaunch
drawing board.
everything.
Yeah.
So like since then, like we've been like we also, so in general, so all of us just took, even like most of my friends also, because I have like Eniola, Ennis hair, Michelle Beauty, because it was like winter, it was
Yeah, man. I
Yeah.
feel
like
you,
winter
the
in
mood
Winnipeg
Winter
is
in
just
Win- oh my
very
God.
winter in Winnipeg
fucks
is
you up
very
Very cold.
like I even had to travel back to like Nigeria because I was like,
Oh,
I need this break
Yeah,
from
yeah,
Winnipeg.
yeah.
Like winter in Winnipeg is just so this and so like this summer we're coming back.
We're coming
We're
back in the
coming
summer.
back.
We're back in the summer now.
We're
That's
back.
cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Like Winnipeg obviously has its downsides, but the most important thing, guys, is just get going. You know,
Yeah,
that's the most important
To be
thing.
honest, like if you look at the bright side of that winter time, I feel like it's a good time to, like you said, rest, stay back,
know,
plan,
get a
come
new
back
ideas,
bigger and
stuff like
better.
that.
Yeah, so you can use it to your advantage, and that holiday would have probably helped you
Yeah.
so much. Like, because in
It
as
did.
much as you want your business to do good, you as well, you need to do
Yeah,
good.
if you don't have like a clear mind,
Like you're a psychology major, right? Like you said, so you know,
Do
you know that stuff.
psychology? Do people
Bro,
always ask you, "Can you read my
Can I
mind?"
just
that's
say
what when I'm studying psychology, I'm like, oh, you can probably read my mind. I'm
I
like,
was so
Bro.
tempted, but I was like, "Camps, no, be
and I'm-
different."
like not like me as a person normally, I easily know how to just
Oh yeah, you can read
like
people.
read.
Psychology at work.
bro?
Read.
But the thing is that I'm not even going to use I'm not going to use my psychology
Powers.
degree.
Oh, sorry. So I
Yeah.
thought you were about to say psychology powers. My bad. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, so I'm not going to like later on I don't see myself
Yeah,
becoming
most
like
of
a
us are like that
psychologist.
too. I swear. Like remember we had that episode about like
Yeah, what we're
nobody
doing in
wants to
school,
do
yeah,
this,
versus
nobody-
what you're actually gonna do.
Everyone just wants to graduate and just.
It's just, I feel like this is just a part of our life.
It's just a
that
part,
we need to
like-
go through. So it's like for you, psychology.
I feel
is
like
an
she'll still
interesting
use. There will
phase.
still be some things you'll still use. I mean, no knowledge is wasted. That's my
Yeah.
pops
Yeah,
always
for
say.
sure.
But
Bro,
some-
my problem is people that like doing like stuff like this, like mind stuff. But there's
It's
this
a
my
mind
friend.
stuff.
Anytime
Okay.
we speak, bro,
Charles Xavier.
and we're having conversations, she just comes. Oh, in my psychology class, they mentioned that you act like this because of. I'm like,
Oh no,
chill.
I'm not like. I'm not like that. I'm not like
She
that.
can tell when someone is lying. So that bitch lying.
But what do you like about that? Like psychology. Let's go to
I
school
mean,
a bit.
There's no for like me in general. For me, I've never really been like deep into being like a school person. I'm more of like just life, like how
Yeah, I
life
feel you,
Yeah.
man. Yeah,
Just-
yeah.
like just
Trying to understand
yeah,
what
just
we're
trying
all
to
doing
understand.
here,
Yeah,
like,
just
what's
trying to
going on.
understand life.
Yeah.
So there's not really like a particular thing about the entire psychology like process that I really
Yeah,
like. I'm
really
just
like, yeah,
going.
just going
I'm
through
just
it.
going through
I feel
it.
you.
So I'm guessing you picked it because one, you're not really interested in school, and it's like a getaway. Like it's not something that you have to, like medicine where you have to always read. always
Medicine
read,
is
always
tough,
read.
man. I can't even. No.
Because
I
for
mean-
me too, that's how it is. I won't even lie. Like I picked acting because I love acting, and like I know it to be like literally having fun. But you know how school is; it always messes everything up for you. So
I mean, I picked it because it was my mom that actually, like, she was like, oh, that she thinks, because initially I wanted to be a journalist, but like,
Oh wow.
so this school, this school, Winnipeg obviously doesn't have University of Manitoba. They don't have any journalism class or anything.
man.
So, and then it was just, I just went like with the flow and everything. And then my dad wanted me to study economics, and I've always wanted economics, because like my sister is like, she wants to be like a doctor. My brother wants to be an engineer, and like no one is like going through the business. And like both my parents are like business owners. So
Oh.
he's like always he has I can remember like very well ever since I was like little, where he's like always imposing economics on me. And then like this was like
He's
so when
imposing.
I was like stuck in like
Yeah,
where
you know what to do.
so he just
He
kept
just
it.
threw
He
it-
just
threw
threw
it
it.
short, it's short.
And then I didn't like it. It was very clear that I didn't like it. And my mom was like, oh, like she thinks psychology is like the closest thing to anything, and she thinks it would be perfect for me. And I was like, okay. And then I started and I liked it. So
It's funny because then you're actually the closest thing to economics in your like family because you have your business. So-
yeah.
and
They
you
just ended up
proud.
getting the business. The
Yeah,
parents
so
are like,
he-
we won.
That's my daughter. That's my
That's my daughter. I knew it from the start. Yeah. So if you could, this is the special question. If you could go back,
Okay.
go back in time, start it all over. God just comes down and be like, Esther,
from 2020.
instead of going to Winnipeg, you can be anywhere else in the world, but you lose all the memories, everything you've learned. I just thought she could keep the memories in you.
You can't eat your cake and have
You
it.
can't eat your cake and have
I'm
it.
sorry.
Or if you go back to that particular time, go to anywhere in the world, what will you do? Would you accept or decline? What will you say?
Okay,
Oh,
so
she's thinking about faith. Oh, that's so cute.
wait, so like if I could start like all over.
From before the
Before
time
coming to Canada.
before coming
Winnipeg.
to
Oh, okay.
Canada, yeah, you could
I think-
choose anywhere else.
Yeah, I think I always say it all the time, like with my friends. I feel like, cause maybe Los Angeles.
So you forget all your friends for LA.
I mean,
I said she not gonna make
if
new
it's
friends.
like if we were all meant to be, we will still see each other.
Facts,
one day.
it's actually
We will
facts.
still see each
Very
other
I'm
one
so
day.
sorry. I tried to fight for
This is
you.
your business partner.
She's going to throw you in the
We would,
dustbin
like-
for LA.
If we were all meant to be, we'll still see
Yeah,
each
facts
other
though,
one
that's
way
actually
or the
facts.
other.
Oh, God.
So it's like I feel like I always say it with like everyone I meet that like I want to end up in LA because for career path I want to be a real estate agent and I feel like
Mado, she
So
really-
ambitious,
you
bro.
like money. You like money.
who doesn't like money? Who doesn't like
She likes money more than all the Igbo boys here combined.
Bro,
And that's the problem.
So like
Sorry,
I
carry on.
want to be like a real estate agent.
Wow.
And I feel like Los Angeles is like
Yeah.
like it's just the perfect place
For it.
Wow.
and everything.
But
And
don't
even
you
like
think-
business wise,
Don't
everything.
you think like in the next 5 years or something? Because the way the world is evolving, like you never know what will be the next big thing. Like, do you think LA will still have that?
Probably.
But like if we're talking about maybe when I initially came, like maybe
Oh, yeah.
when
Okay,
I
okay,
initially
okay,
came,
yeah,
yeah,
facts,
like
facts,
you
facts,
can
facts,
by
facts.
that time I would have
Facts,
probably
yeah,
if
yeah,
I had
for sure.
started that
Oh,
time.
yeah.
First of all, I'll probably because to be a real estate agent, you don't really need to go through the entire process of school. So
Yeah.
I would have probably like
She picked the
known-
one with the least school involved. Oh my God.
no, it was even until later, and then someone was like, "Oh, you didn't have to go through school," and I was like, "Oh my god, what I always wanted, how I wish I'd known." And then it was like, so by that time, I would have probably maybe been established like an extent. I would have known
Yeah.
By
from
now,
the
ba.
start by now.
Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah.
and then if in the next 5 years, Los Angeles is not what it is now, I move to the next.
Yeah,
She
you
goes
go where
to
the money is,
You
bro.
go.
She go where the money, she goes where the money is. No, that's
It feels
cool.
like-
I feel like
you already had this figured out. Like you already had it.
yeah, she's speaking to her. She has definitely planned her life and kept it in the PDF. Definitely.
I keep in my notes.
Oh, no,
Notes on my phone.
that's really good still, dude.
Like
but
me
that
as
was
well,
funny
I
still.
know I won't be doing this like this YouTube and
What?
acting. and
I thought you were about to say this podcast. I was about to
Even the
say.
podcast, I won't do this forever. Like definitely, how do I tell you?
Heartbreak.
I won't be here forever. Every
heart
good thing
is
comes to an
broken.
end, so I would like
Yeah.
to prepare myself for like the next step or
Yeah.
the next phase. So I won't say I know what is going to come next, but I feel like I have ideas of things I want to do.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot bigger, definitely.
Exactly. Like you see them Kanye, bro. After he made his name in music, he started doing fashion. He started doing
Yeah.
church
Yeah.
choir and all that stuff. Just have fun with life. Life is not
Yeah,
that deep, to be
exactly.
honest.
All I heard was I'm leaving on TV, but I mean, I'm just gonna
bro.
sweep that under the
I
rug.
think that's like the same for me because I'm always open to trying new things.
Trying new things, yeah. That's
And then I know that I tried, and if it doesn't work out,
Do you like sushi?
yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Because there's no way you say you like trying new things and you say you don't like sushi. It's not possible.
I mean, I don't like it now. I used to live
Oh,
in
yeah?
Vancouver, so they had like very good like sushi spots in Vancouver, but like here I haven't.
Oh man,
I haven't
Another,
tasted
another
it.
L for
boys.
Winnipeg.
You like the small boys. So when, like, I'm guessing you went to Vancouver first before.
Yeah.
So
So when
why
I
did you
initially
come here?
came to Canada, I went to Vancouver first. So when I went to Vancouver, I completed high school.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
okay.
So I
okay.
completed high school, and then the time I wanted to enter uni, there was no school, like no uni available for like admissions.
No.
And like U of M was the only
calling
school.
your name.
Like U of M was
man.
literally like the only school I applied to ever. So I
Wow.
didn't even get any chance to
Even
move.
Did you know that there were other schools in Winnipeg?
No, I didn't know.
Wow.
And I didn't even know that Winnipeg was this. I thought I was just going to a place that was the same as like Vancouver.
Oh my
I
God.
I
Someone
had
cheated you.
no idea.
So how was it when you came? Like
When I came out, it was like a slap to my face. I was
Wow.
I was very shocked. Like because I made like the friends I have to date, I made them like very quick. So I made them like immediately I
I
came.
see.
So by the time, because my mom was like, oh, like I should move, and then I was just like I feel like
move
I
out
read-
of Winnipeg.
Yeah, so because I was always complaining to her. First of all, it was so cold, like because Vancouver
Ridiculously
it hardly
Yeah, yeah,
snows.
yeah.
Like it hardly
Good
snows. It
weather.
snows like once a year or sometimes once in 2 years. So
So you left Vancouver and came to Winnipeg
Yeah.
and started a business. Someone give this girl a round of applause. That's crazy. That's crazy. Any final words on the show? I mean, you already gave us like a
I
mad.
think she has something deeper. Like now that I know
I feel she has so many bars, so you have to give us.
I mean,
I planned my life and I put it in a PDF. Now that's hard.
I
That's
don't
hard.
silly that.
As in, I'm definitely going to use that on someone else. But I mean, can you top that? Can you beat that?
I mean, I recently just told my friend now that there's always like a solution to every problem. So instead of like maybe if you receive maybe like a bad news or anything, like to me, for like me, I like take maybe 30 minutes and maybe if I want to cry, be sad about it, and then next thing I'm like looking for a solution.
Yeah.
And then until if I've like maybe reached out to people looking for that solution until I find the solution to my problem. I literally just go on with life and know that.
Yeah, man.
Because at the end of the day, like to me, for like life is like unending problems.
Yeah,
So if you keep being sad and just keep being
Yeah.
down, you're never going to
You're
get
still
up
up.
and do anything with your life. So
Mad.
If we don't have problems in this,
Mad, please. Jeffrey, please. Can we? Emeka, can we have her notes before we let her leave the studio? But yeah, thank you so much, Esther, for
No
coming.
problem.
This was a really fun, knowledgeable episode.
actually.
Winnipeg. I've learned so much. I don't know about you. You're leaving the podcast, so don't even talk to me right now. There's beef. Yeah, I'm telling you, we have to step up for a class. I mean, I'm even poorly dressed for the show, but I mean, we won't talk about that. It was really fun talking to you. Like you dropped so many bars. We hope to see you again one day. We hope you had
it was
fun as
nice
well.
being here. This is like my first podcast.
Oh my god!
I really enjoyed myself.
First,
Were you first? I should have said that first, man. I should have thought of that first.
I'm sorry, you don't have to sauce like me. I'm sorry. How do I tell you? I'll be the host next episode.
All right, now cool, no problem. On the block, 4 weeks in, episode 4. Uyi Esther. We're out.
Just switch sides, just for tonight on my water.